Hey, beautiful tribe. This is Emily Potter. I'm the director of this tribe, the Lightworker Musicians Tribe, and also the director of the Million Kisses Foundation. So one of our tribe sisters shared this in the comments earlier this week, and so I wanted to do a video about it. Do you feel guilty about feeling good and living in your bliss when so many people around you are suffering? So this is particularly for those who are going into your dream. You're living your life as a musician, and you're living that space of love and joy, and you know those tools, and yet it's really hard that people around you are miserable. And I want to particularly talk to you about that. My own personal experience when I was in a younger version, I was actually a counselor for a lockdown facility for teenagers. And I remember here I was working with these teenagers, and they had been experiencing so many things, just trauma of all kinds, just sexual trauma and physical trauma and all sorts of things. And here I was, one of my magical powers is being able to see and be part of the magical world of joy and life and bliss and things. And so here I am bringing this into this space, and once in a while I just felt guilty. How can I be so joyous and happy when there's so much misery around? And I wanted to just play small, like, don't see how happy I am. And of course I'm not always happy, but I haven't experienced all of the devastations that I have seen other people experience. And it makes me feel bad and guilty that I'm not supposed to be happy, and I don't want to make them feel bad. And there was this one beautiful girl who came up to me, and I shared just a little bit about it. And she said, no, it gives me hope to see that there is happiness in the world, and I need you to be happy so that I can feel like there's a place for me to go. I need that to, and she didn't use these exact words, but she was saying, I need you to model this for me. I need to know that there is happiness in the world, because where I'm at right now, I can't see it, and I can't see anything to be happy about. So I see you embodying this, and you're helping me see that's what I want, and that's where I get to go. So that was really potent for me, really profound. And I bring that into the space here. If you're having this as a difficulty, family members particularly, they're close to us and they can really weigh us down because they know us and they know how to get right to those places of like just manipulation and just heartache, and they're sharing these things, and it can really weigh you down. So what happens though, if we continue to let that be our reality, is that you continue to play small, and you continue to let your light be covered up because you don't want to make anyone feel bad and guilty that you're actually this great radiant person who knows that you are divine light embodied. And one of the biggest things that happens that you just got to consider changing the story around is that you're giving all your power away. You're giving your power away on a daily basis and making that your story, that when you're giving them the credence of, yeah, you're right, I don't want to make you feel bad, they just received all your power. You gave it on a silver platter. And one of the greatest things that I know about this tribe is that you are world leaders. And I say that in a way that you don't have to be on world stages yet. You just get to walk as the emperor or the empress that you are on a daily basis. Not that you're trying to be better than anyone, but you are a leader, and you're embodying that nature of, I know that I am divinity. I know that I am love. I know that I am light. And you're not being that leader. You don't have to be trying to change anyone's mind, but just being with you, being with your essence. You're not showing up in the true potential of who you are. So I have a couple of tools for you if this is something that you're experiencing in your life. So number one is just the reminder that the more you have, the more you can give. None of us are trying to be really greedy and manipulative and puffing ourselves up with ego. We're not trying to do that in this tribe. We're not trying to be huge musicians just so that we can say, haha, look at me. No, you are here on the planet to have your full birthright of everything you're here to claim as divinity. So then you have so much more to give. You have so much more compassion for the people who are suffering. You have so much more time to listen and not have to take it on. You can just have those tools of listening with compassion and deep love, because you have that and you're embodying that, and that's your reality. You have a lot more to give. So that's the first thing, is just a reminder that the more you have, the more that you make that your practice and to own it, the more you have to offer those who are suffering around you. Number two is to remind you that you are a leader and that this is your service. And this specifically is for our musicians. This is the way that you're leading. No one wants to be told, just be happy. If anybody ever tells that to you or to me, there's an insecurity going on with them. Just be happy, because I don't know what to do with your emotions when you're not. So just be happy. That's not the way that you're a good leader. The way that you're a good leader is that you sing to them and you are just modeling what it looks like to be joy and to be bliss and to be the love that you know that you are. And that's good leadership, that you never have to tell anyone anything. You're never having to give advice or counsel. You just are, and you're modeling it, just like that girl at the lockdown facility that I worked with. She just had to see a model of that. That's good leadership. And I will remind you that you are a leader. So that's the second tool. The third one is to hold your loved ones in the greatest light. See them as divinity. See them as a god and a goddess. And they're struggling. They're having the human experience right here and now, that something has been blocking them. They're not in their full joy of who they really are for a reason. They're experiencing the contrast of that. And to have that compassion, it means that you don't have to take on any of their stuff. You can just see them in the highest light. That's a really good tool, and it takes some practice to do that, for sure, especially people who are close to you. It's the tool that I offer, though, is to have that be a practice of seeing someone and saying, yeah, you're really struggling, you have these wounds coming through. Of course, you may not be saying those exact words to them, but saying, I see you, is one of the best gifts you can possibly give anyone, is I see you, I hear you. And then sharing with them how you see them. You see them as someone who is remarkable in all of the ways that they are. But even if you aren't able to say those words to them, because sometimes those conversations are not welcomed, having that inner knowingness of this is God or goddess in front of me, that's a really remarkable tool to be able to use. So the three tools again: the more you have, the more you can give. So it makes you want to live in your love and be love, because then you have more to give. And that's what they actually really want anyway. They don't want you to be miserable with them. They say that they say things that make it feel like it, but what they really want is just love. They want to be loved. And the more love you have, right now you're feeling guilty because you haven't filled up yourself yet all the way. So allowing yourself to be love and making that your practice and shining bright, you have more love to offer. And your texts to your friends or your family who are making you feel guilty are much more compassionate than, oh my gosh, you guys are just so miserable, it's horrible. So the reason why this is important to talk about in the Lightworker Musicians Tribe is that many of you are playing small. You're not getting on that world stage yet. And the world stage could be just your local stage. It's the world stage, because everyone connects to everyone else. You are a world leader. Own this. Do something for me. Hold out your hands like this, your arms, and receive this right now and say, I am a world leader on a world stage. How does that feel? If you feel any uncomfortability in your body, that's where you get to go next. You are love. Let yourself say, I am love. This is why it's important, because once again, it comes back to your music medicine. All of your music medicine starts with what you've already survived. And now it's your opportunity, and it's essential, especially for those who know this is a must to do, that you go out and you say, hey, I know that I get to share my music medicine with you because I have compassion for what you've been through, and connecting with those people is your birthright. It's remarkable. It's fantastic. And it brings you into that space of joy, and then you have more to offer. So when you are ready to really, truly commit to your soul's purpose in being your true love and having even more to give, reach out to me. I will get you to the other side of feeling those guilty feelings, of feeling small, of playing small, and that you get to that place that you feel limitless. You feel and you step into that space of I am a world leader on a world stage. And we will take you through those steps to get to that space where you know it and have no doubt whatsoever. Reach out to me, get yourself on my calendar, and I will talk to you then. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening.